All right. All right, guys. We're back. Let me see. Get the chats open. So today we have custom build today. Pretty easy build. We're building in the 011 mini V2 version. So the version 2 of the 011 mini. It has an XA70 Aurora Elite. Has a 1000 watt Be Quiet power supply, a 5070 Ti. For cooler, they actually opted for a Noctua Chromax cooler. Pretty cool cooler. And for fans, they also opted in for some Be Quiet RGB fans as well. So I'm just trying to get the stuff here. Perfect. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read off the specs one more time. So for the case, for the CPU, we got an AMD Ryzen 9800X 3D. For the cooler, we got a Noctua NHD1 5S. For motherboard, we got a Gigabyte XA70 E. For memory, we got 64 gigabytes of DDR5 6000. I believe it's Vengeance RAM, DDR5 RAM, Vengeance RAM. Power supply at 1000 watt titanium. Be quiet power supply. For the case, like I said, we do have the 011 D Mini V2. For Be Quiet fans, we got for the fans, we got the Be Quiet Lightwing LX120. These are the RGB Be Quiet fans. And then for storage, you got a 2 terabyte Samsung 99 Pro M.2 with the heatsink. So that M.2 is pretty cool. So let's go ahead. We already got the case set up with the fans and stuff. But let's go ahead and set up the motherboard and stuff, and then we can put it into the case here. So we got our Gigabyte Aurora XA70 Elite Wi-Fi. So this is a custom build. If you would like to do a custom build on our website, feel free. We do have a section where you could do your custom build. You could pick your GPU, your power supply. This customer, I'm pretty sure they pick specific power supply, specific cooler, specific fans, and then specific NVMe. We'll go ahead and look at the NVMe right now too. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead. So we got our Ryzen 7 9800X 3D. So you guys type in the chat. Let's see. All right. Get that put in there. And open up TikTok on our um on my phone here, so I can see the chat. Perfect. All right. Now we got the special NVMe I was talking about. It has like a special heatsink. So we got the 99 Pro here at the bottom, and then has this like special heatsink. So what I'm wondering is, I don't think we'll be able to put the standard heatsink that the um motherboard comes with. I think it'd be too thick. What's up, Alfred? Welcome to the TikTok stream. Yeah, it clips on regular there. Yeah, it's too thick for the regular heatsink, so we're just gonna put it to the side for now. It'll be like that. We do got the RAM as well. We got DDR5, 6000 megahertz, 64 gigabyte DDR5 RAM. What do you guys think about those prices of RAM right now? Skyrocketing. There we go. Nice motherboard here. Yeah, pretty much done with the motherboard. We got CPU, RAM, NVMe in. Now let's go ahead and put in the case now. Faces down. All right, and then I got my screws over here. Screwdriver here. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and lay down this motherboard here in its slot. Perfect. Go ahead and start screws here. All right. Go and stand it up here. We'll get a screwdriver really quick. All right, clip the mic back on. What's up, David? Welcome to the stream. Cali David. Still my screwdriver, my mechanical one. I didn't want to. I couldn't fit it in because it has like a small like tip, so this is just this longer screwdriver. To get in there. Just because his motherboard has like little indents where the screws go, and it has like blocked some of it as well. All right, perfect. All right, we got the motherboard in. Let's go ahead and plug in all these motherboard cables here. Got the F panel going in here to be able to work that power button. Phone. Some light. Yep, it's in there. Now let's go ahead and get your audio in here. Gotta feel it and then put it in. DMV, welcome to the stream on TikTok. There we go. Now we got the motherboard in, RAM, NVMe, CPU, fans in. We can start working on the fans. Actually, we could do the cooler. Let's go go ahead and do the cooler. So, go ahead and do the cooler. Got the fans in. With the Noctua NHD1 5S in black. I think I have this one at home. I think I have this one, but in brown. If it's the same cooler for my build. Yeah, I think I have this exact same one, but in the um your natural Noctua brown, which is it's like two-tone brown. All right. And I think I was with a lot of cardboard. Even between the radiators, they got um cardboard in between. All right. Keep this on for now. Just to. Never mind. I don't not have this one. This one's a beefy one. It's way better than the one. Mine is just like one of these. Little. I don't know what the radiators. No, not radiators, but little. Intel. There's gonna be AMD here. Pretty sure. So we do have to take off the regular bracket. Do double check. Back here. And 5 and 4. Okay. Alright. Perfect. So we just gotta remove these. Pretty easy. Pretty standard. All pretty much the same. All the clues are pretty much the same. Standard. Alright. Push this to the side here. Now we put like these little spacers on the motherboard. It comes with 4. Then it comes with these 2 brackets here. Let's see. -7 millimeters. Perfect. Shows it right here. Diagram. So it's cool because they have different offsets on here depending on what CPU you have, like AM4, AM5. For AM5, it says right here to do 7 millimeter offset on these little brackets here. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, let's go ahead and do that. It says just so it gets the best contact in there. Actually, flip this way. All right, we'll put it in. So this would be like the retention bracket that the AMD's motherboards usually come with, but for this cooler it comes with its own. So you gotta remove the stock one and then put the one that this one comes with. So just hand tying it there. Hand tying this one as well. It's pretty cool. They tell you specifically which offset to choose. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do both. Just they each depend on um which CPU you have. For 7, so it's gonna be right here. Just so it gets the most contact when you do put the cooler, so you get the most out of the cooler, so it keeps it colder, your CPU colder. Trying to fix this TikTok. Yeah, I was trying to put it up. Oh. right. Yeah, I'm not gonna use a screwdriver, use a hand one. Just tighten a little bit more. There you go. There we go. Now go ahead and put the cooler on. Pretty sure just simple to put it on. All right. So it looks like we have to remove the fan. Remove the fan. Want to see where it's gonna go like this. All right. Apply some thermal paste. I always like doing just like a regular like X on here on the CPU itself. Put that back. Gotta remove the fan because it comes with 2 screws here. Just place it down and screw it down there. All right. Perfect. There we go. Come on, screwdriver. Tighten the bottom one a little bit. Tighten the top. Not all the way. This is our even pressure. There you go. There you go. Both tightened. Now we're gonna put the fan on. The fan back on. Leave it like this. Go under here. All right. Spin it like this. Oh no, I got cut up in here. All right. That one's good there too. Perfect. Now down the fan. Just have to connect it to the fan CPU here. Hide the excess down here. There you go. Now we start working on the fan. Imagine on the fans here. Should be pretty simple, just because they all have ability to daisy chain with each other. I don't know about the fan, but the fan power we are gonna have to probably get some splitters for that. Let's see. What's up? HR, welcome to the stream. The tablet's at 5%, by the way. Should plug right here. There you go. We gotta just get charging the tablet before it dies. Now, how the fuck do I stand this up? I heard I have it. All right. Go ahead and do some kill management here. Let's see. So we got a USB Type-C cable here. All right. So what I like to do when I do kill management is I always, especially when it's daisy chain, I always like to start from the bottom, then go to the top. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the RGB first. Let me get one, and then connect this one to the motherboard. Connect to the RGB header. There we go. Now we have that one connected. Daisy chain this one as a starting and connect all the other ones to it. Pretty simple. I never actually I worked on Be Quiet fans RGB probably once or twice, but they're pretty much the same. But it's just a little bit weird to me because every time we order or a customer has ordered Be Quiet fans, they're typically known for like their non RGB look. They're black, like satin, a little bit glossy look on their fan. Um, Specifically because they're one of the quieter fans that are out in the market. And then people just don't like RGB, so they go with the Be Quiet fans. I just didn't. It's a little bit weird to me how these are RGB because I'm so used to seeing the non RGB versions. All right. Then when you're first doing this, you probably would get a little confused with like all the cables all around. But trust me, it's really not that hard. It's just if you do have issues cable managing your own computer, um, try to section everything out just when you are building it. And then while you're at it, sectioning everything out, um, section it out so you know like if you ever do run into like troubleshooting or stuff like that, or like an issue, and you gotta troubleshoot the cables in the back, you know exactly what is what because you section everything out, especially when you're doing your cable management. All right, so it looks like I'm just gonna connect one more here, one more RGB one. There you go. Looks like all the RGBs connected. Now I need to get some a flange splitter. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Right, guys, we got our fan splitters here. So we like using fan splitters just because we don't connect all your fan cables, or all your fans to the motherboard itself. Just because it would take up too many headers, and you most likely won't have enough headers, fan headers on your motherboard. Um, to fit all your fans on your motherboard. So we like using fan splitters. So just basically one connects to the motherboard, and then you have all the outlets to connect all the other fans in here. So that's what we're gonna do. Make sure we don't miss one. There's one. I gotta search for the other one. Two. And then I also like counting like, so I have 3 fans at the bottom. Make sure I get those 3 fans because sometimes they're very small, so you forget like how many you've connected. So I just like to count. So it'll be the third one. So I got all 3 at the bottom already connected to to the daisy to the fan splitter. So now I need these two here. So I need the bottom one. There you go. This other top side fan over here. And then these. After installing all components except three fans on the bottom, can I install them later without removing most of the parts? Case CG534F deep cool. Um there are removing most of the parts. Yeah, so you could um yeah, I don't believe if it's just fans, you wouldn't have to remove any parts, to be honest. Because the fans are their own thing. Like, you would just have to connect them either to the daisy chain that you have, or like how I'm using it, like the splitter, or straight to your motherboard, whichever way you're doing it. Yeah, those three fans at the bottom are by themselves. Like, they're not connected to the. It would be different if it was like the three fans on your radiator, because then you won't, even then you wouldn't have to remove the radiator to take off the fans. You would just need to remove the radiator from the fans. And it's the bottom one, so if it's these bottom ones, yeah, you won't have to remove anything. They're just there. If anything, you don't even have to put them on, if you didn't want to put them on. If that makes sense. Almost the same case as this. Yeah, yeah. So on this case, you can actually remove the whole bracket at the bottom where you have to put the fans. So it makes it even easier to install the fans. Um, so if it's like that too, it's probably even easier. But yeah, you don't have to remove like your motherboard, your GPU. Maybe. Actually, when I'm thinking about it, maybe your GPU, if you do have like a very huge GPU, like for this one we're doing a 5070 Ti. So maybe with like a small screwdriver could get away, but maybe the GPU, just because it does block um this section here, so it doesn't really give you ease to like put on the fans. But the GPU is probably like the easiest one to remove from your case and stuff. So you should be fine. So now I'm just gonna do cable management with the zip ties, get all these cables together, and then we'll install the power supply and then GPU, and that'll be it. Oh, and then we're also gonna show you guys the step by steps of what we do if you guys do order a PC with us, of what we do, like installing software, and stuff like that. Just so you guys get an idea of the process that we do. So when you guys do order a PC from us, it is just plug and play. We install all the drivers for you, Windows updates. We install Windows, NVIDIA drivers, and stuff like that. So just plug and play, ready to play games. NVIDIA does seem to be releasing drivers almost every week. So if you do receive your computer and it needs a, that's probably the only thing I will tell you to check is NVIDIA drivers update. But it's just because they like to release um a handful of updates either every week or once a month. But that's just NVIDIA. NVIDIA always has to keep releasing new updates just because of all the games. Some GPUs have like certain like glitches with games stuttering, FPS drops after this new update. So yeah, but sometimes it's better to be on an older NVIDIA driver than the new one, just because sometimes the new one's a little bit more unstable. But that just has to do with NVIDIA, to be honest. But they're really quick to fix, hence them always having a new drivers update. Yeah, it could get a little annoying of all the drivers updates, but at least like they're trying to fix any issues the previous driver had or make it better. Do you think we'll release they'll release super versions of 50 series? I think I heard they were gonna release the super series next year, either January or February. But but I'm not 100% sure what's gonna be the price range on those. Just because the video has said, I believe, I don't know if it's what I've read. I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but um, they have said they're not gonna provide their GPUs with I believe it's I forget the name, but it's like DD 7 or 8 or 6 um RAM on the GPU. They would have the companies themselves, like Gigabyte, Zotac, Asus, are gonna have to look for a supplier to supply them with RAM. Because NVIDIA is just gonna send them like the basically just for like you guys understand a little better, like just the motherboard itself and the die of like 5090 or like a 5080 or whatever 50 series. So with this 50 with the supers for this 50 series, to be honest, I don't. I would have said it would have been kind of like the same price range of like if you were to buy a 4070 super back then and stuff like that. Probably like a little bit bigger, uh, a little bit more price boost, but this time I think it is gonna be even higher than last year, just because of RAM shortages and stuff like that. NVIDIA not providing the RAM anymore, so now Asus, Gigabyte has to go outsource RAM somewhere else, which is most likely gonna cost more money than NVIDIA supplying it supplying it when the companies just buy the die and the motherboard of the GPU together. But we'll see. We'll see next year. You see RAM prices are skyrocketing still. Doesn't look like it's gonna come down in a while, just because of the AI, all these infrastructures, all these tech companies, um, upgrading all their systems to DDR5 as well. All of them had DDR4. Now they're all upgrading to DDR5. But yeah. All right, now we're gonna install our 1,000 watt, Be Quiet power supply. I believe this is the titanium one. The Dark Power 13. No compromise, silence, and performance. That's what Be Quiet is really famous for. Hence their name, Be Quiet. Their stuff normally is not that loud. Specifically, like the fan. How did you start and how many years are you building PCs? I'm new to this channel. So how did I start? So I started off, probably. So I'm 23 now. I started off when I was probably like 15. Um, Building my own computer. So my parents bought me like all the parts and stuff like that. They just didn't want to. I was like, yeah, just buy me the parts. I'll build it myself. Learn how to build my own computer. From there, I started building like my family members' computers, and then into high school, we had like a whole club of like cybersecurity. I built the computers from there, and then here in this company, I've probably been working here for 2.5, 2 years. Yeah, but it's all been fun. Um, it's cool because you always, even though you know the basic and all that stuff, you always keep learning new things. It's not like you're always gonna know everything about computer build, PC building. You'll always learn something new. How to do this faster, better way to do this, better way to connect the fans, this and that. Damn, this power supply comes like I guess like a shoebox. I don't know if you guys can see this, but like a shoebox. Cables in here. So we're gonna need what are these? So we need a 24 pin, 12 high power CPU, all those good cables. See, I don't see 12 high power here. Oh, it's right here. Perfect. Usually, I'm so used to seeing 12 high power to 12 high power, but they're all like mixed together here. 24 pin, 12 high power. VGA. Now we need CPU. CPU. CPU in here? Maybe. What's 24 pin? Maybe we got 24 pin, then we got two CPUs here. I believe CPU. VGA 1. They look like CPUs though. I don't know why they're named VGA. Data. Oh no, CPUs are right here. I don't know why they added this VGA cable here. With this 24 pin. Yep, CPUs are right here. I believe it's gonna need two CPUs. Yep, two CPU cables. Two CPU, one 24 pin, one 12 high power. We don't need no SATA. We have anything that's powered by SATA here. All right, let's go ahead and plug in all these cables here. CPU. I gotta just go in. Some power supply you like struggle of putting the connector in. But now we got this. 12 high power. Beautiful. I actually don't even remember how these RGB Be Quiet fans look like. Gonna get some screws here. Just get them ready. We just put them on. Like that. We gotta remove these. Actually, forgot about this V2. How? Oh no. How it's different to install a power supply. They make you take off this bracket and stuff. Perfect. I hate losing screws. Especially when they go in the case, I hate losing them because you gotta find them through all your cable management and stuff like that. Alright, so it's gonna go like this. Perfect. That's one. And always try to do an X. Whenever you're working on computers, always try to do an X when installing screws. And I'm pretty sure it applies to anything else. Just so you get like the even like tightness on each side. You don't want one side to be tighter than the other side. And it's easier also. Just put it in because sometimes it'll just start lifting up from one side when you're installing whatever, like this. I'm installing a bracket power supply. So manage like getting the way of. I forgot how this power supply goes in on this case here. I'm actually just gonna remove the cables so I'm able to put the power supply in easier. Why is it bright giving me a hard time to put it in? There you go. I don't know why it wasn't sitting in. And screw the two screws back up here. Like that. Now we can plug in all the cables. You got a good amount of space too to plug in all the cables here, so it's not too bad. it worth to start this hobby of building PCs when prices on RAM DDR5 are skyrocketed? People still buy DDR4. Yeah, people still buy DDR4 PCs. Like our entry level PCs are still DDR4. DDR4 isn't bad. It's just DDR5 expanded and just took over just because um yeah, technology just increased like so fast. Like we went from a 3080, like you get a 3080 now, it's way more than enough than what you need. Like you don't need anything. Like a 3080 is perfect, and now we're like at 5090s. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like DDR4 isn't bad. It just got. It's not that it's not even that it got left behind. It's just that DDR5, um, like now it's worth buying DDR4 just because DDR5 is so expensive. Like before, it wasn't worth buying DDR4, going DDR4 route. Not because it was bad, but just because um, well, DDR5 was almost the same price as DDR4 if you're gonna buy DDR4. So for like a couple, like I believe it's like 40 or 60 bucks more. Um, you could buy DDR5 and have a DDR5 build, be a little bit future proof, and have that. But now, yeah, it's not. It's not. I mean, if you want to go DDR4 and save money on it, then yeah, it's not bad. It's DDR4 hasn't been bad. It's just there was no point for a couple dollars more. You could buy DDR5. Damn, I can't get the CPU cable because of my cable management. There you go. Got it in. We got our uh, one more CPU and total high power. All right. Let's go ahead and connect our two CPUs. Two CPU cables here to the front. Yeah, DDR4 RAM's also getting crazy as well, because then if you can only buy DDR4, then that also starts getting expensive as well. It's just people up pricing the market, to be honest. What did I read? What are dummy RAMs? So dummy RAMs are basically um so when you only want to buy a set of RAM sticks that comes with two, you basically get dummy RAM, so you don't spend. So let's say you buy a set of RAMs. Usually, I think Corsair are like the main ones that have those. So if you buy a set of two, you put second slot and fourth slot. The dummy RAMs is you don't pay what you paid to have four sticks. 'Cause, some people don't like to pay for four sticks, but they want the like aesthetic of having four sticks. So it's just two other sticks that don't work, but you're able to put in the RAM slot, and are like more than half the price. But they don't do nothing. They don't work. Like I believe it's just like plastic. I'm pretty sure. But, oh, this is gonna be hard. Put this cooler in the way to put these CPU cables in here. Let me get my light in here. So I see the and then these holes on these mini cases so small too. I should have put these on beforehand before putting the cooler. But it is what it is. I've had experience already of trying to put CPU cables in tight spaces. There you go, I got it in. Oh, how am I gonna stay? There you go. Oh, even if I have to put in tight spaces, I'm pretty good in putting it in. Now we need one more. For example, you have 4 slots, you fill 2 slots, 2 slots are free. We get the dummy non-working RAM just to make an aesthetic look. You need a headlamp? It's not even that. It's like this light gives enough light. It's just like, how do I say it? Like, it blinds you. So I can't see. I need like a direct light. But if I have a headlamp, I feel like that would also be in the way when I'm building. My phone lamp is fine. All right. Now, oh, this is my 12 high power. Where's my other CPU? Here it is. I was trying to put 12 high power in the CPU slot. What about you guys? Do you guys build PCs? You guys know, or kind of sound like you guys know what you're talking about. I actually never gotten that question before about dummy sticks. I don't think we've ever used dummy sticks here, or anybody has ordered dummy sticks. I don't even think people are aware of like dummy sticks, which are pretty cool. So you don't like you buy a Corsair Dominator RAM that costs like $110. Well, now probably a bit more, but um, yeah, you don't want to buy 4 sticks. You just want to buy 2, but you want the aesthetic of 4. Just go ahead and buy dummy sticks. I think just for this one, I'm gonna remove the cooler. Oh, I forgot I have my phone up here. Just because it's the one that splits. So remove it. And the fan out of here. And the good thing is this cooler removes so easily. And can put it on back easily as well. Just so I'm not fighting it. I could try to get it, spend a little time on it, but I'm just gonna be fighting it. Yeah. I should have put it to begin with, to be honest. And then I don't want these fan cables to hit either. And then I hate these CPU cables because they do split. So it's harder because sometimes, or they split into two. So two is a 4 pin. I mean 8 pin. 2, 4, 6, 8. So it splits into four. So two and two, two and two. Just in case you get a motherboard that has just um the 4 pin connection on it. So it'll be like an 8 pin and the 4 pin. Yeah, it's just this case it's really small and this motherboard's also tied in there. There we go, just one more side. Came out because of the split. And try to face it down. I can't see. It's so tight up here, even with the cooler off. There you go. No, I thought it went in. You know what I'm gonna do? Because I can't see, I have no light. You are right, I do need a headlamp. Can you turn on the light over there? Where? That one I can't see. Yeah, that was good. Is the camera dead? Yeah, it died. All right, we got the CPU and finally. Damn, I struggled more than I need to. I just couldn't see. Get the 24 pin in here. We'll get the camera back up for you guys right now. Whereas on the YouTube Twitch stream. And then we got 24 high power here for our GPU. There you go. Streams back up. I just need to cable manage the power supply. Then we're able to turn it on. And we're also gonna, like I said, we're also gonna show you guys how we do the install drivers, install Windows, all that stuff. There we go. Zip tie here. Perfect. All right. Now we're gonna install the cooler again. Pretty easy. There we go. I'm actually gonna install a fan while I have it here. Like this. There you go. Connect to the fan header here. Drop it down. Oh, actually, we have to remove it. There you go. Go ahead and tighten it down. How's it going, chat? Finally gave and welcome to the stream, bro. It's going pretty good. We're almost done with the build. We just need to put in the GPU, tighten the CPU cooler down, put the GPU in, and we should be done. All right, perfect. Put the cooler back on. Not the cooler, sorry. The fan. There you go. Locked in there. Locked in there. Beautiful. Now install the GPU. All right. Now, go ahead and open up the GPU. Let me remove this stuff here. For our power supply. Move some of our tools. From this 5070 Ti here. All right. There's a lot of plastic on here. This is our Gigabyte 5070 Ti. Really nice card. There we go. That plastic's off there. Take that off right there. So it's a 3-slot GPU. You could tell right here. That's 3 slots. So you're gonna go ahead and remove 3 slots in the GPU over here. We're almost done, guys, with the video. You guys will be able to see it turned on as well. These are RGB of the Be Quiet fans here. There we go. I think I had one of the screws here. Land on me. All right, let's go ahead and put in the GPU. Huge GPU for 5070 Ti, to be honest. All right. Remove some of these plastics just because they get in the way when you're putting it in. There you go. Easy fit. Actually looks really nice because it's a big card and it's like a compact case. So it looks really nice. What's up, humanity? Welcome to the stream. All right, go ahead and connect. GPU cable, 12 high power. There you go. And we're done with the build. Let's go ahead and get a monitor and keyboard and mouse. So we're able to do all the drivers and stuff like that. So let me go get a monitor and then I'll be right back with you guys. monitor here. Got an HDMI cable. There we go. Connect this to the monitor. There you go. Power to the monitor. There we go. Power to the PC. Over here. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and turn it on. All the fans are spinning. Not getting RGB though. But it's gigabyte, so it does take a while to. Just get a keyboard and mouse here. Take a while to boot up. Hopefully it gives us RGB. Let's have to look back at the cable management. It's so cool you do this. Yeah, it's a cool job, to be honest. Build computers every day. But then you end up like this, we get no display. How many lights on the motherboard here? We do got RGB. We got a light on the motherboard. Let's see what's that. I'm pretty sure it's one of the connectors that probably got loose. So it's saying DRAM. It's having issues with DRAM. It looks like it's going through all the codes and stuff. There you go. Now it's going through it. Yep. So now we got boot. Perfect. So let me fix this RGB part, and I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it is because I can see it here. Exactly where it's having the issue. There you go. Pretty sure all of them have RGB. Perfect. All right. Tablet's good. Has charge now. All right. Let's go ahead. You want to turn off the lights just so you can see the PC with all this stuff. Yeah, so right now we're basically what we're gonna do is we first like to go into the BIOS, enable TPM, disable CSM, enable secure boot. Just because all these new games like Call of Duty, um, Arc Raiders, I believe it is, or even Fortnite, you do need secure boot. So we go ahead and turn it on for you. If you do need help turning it off, we can turn it off. The majority of the games all need secure boot on just because of the anti cheat. Um, so we go ahead and turn it on for you. What we're gonna go do is go into the turn on XMP. Just so you're running your RAM at full speed that it's supposed to be. That's one thing a lot of people forget, that the RAM speeds do have to be. Technically, it's called overclocking, but it's called XMP, or what's it called for or Expo for AMD CPUs. So that's what we're gonna do now. So yeah, we just enable all the stuff here in the BIOS. Let me go get my USB sticks, flash drive sticks for Windows and like our drivers and stuff. You changing it?
Yeah, I did it on.
Oh, why? Oh, to the other 25?
Yeah, because it was like
Oh.
not a ticket, but it wasn't like it was like too high.
Alright. So yeah, we got XMP or X. Actually, it's Expo for AMD. We got Expo 1 enabled the profile. So the motherboards do come with the profiles already. So this is 6,000. So it'll be running at 4,800 regular speed. But once you Expo or XMP it, you should be running at at the normal speed that the RAM should be set at. So I just put in my Windows USB in. We're gonna be installing Windows 11 Pro unless this customer does want another type of Windows. Yep, we're gonna be installing Windows 11 Pro. So yeah, once we've done the process of um, turning on all those settings I just talked about, secure boot, TSM, and then disable CSM, and we turn on Expo or XMP, then we go ahead and install Windows for you guys. So yeah, you don't have to worry about having to install Windows, receiving the PC, doing Windows install and all that. You don't have to worry about any of that. What's up? Simply welcome to the stream. Do you know if we're gonna do like the whole process or just talk about it?
No,
You don't know.
no.
All right, so we're installing Windows here. I mean, I could just install like say what I install and then end it there while it's installing. Yep. So we always install Windows. Let's say you do a custom build, you get a build from us that has like an NVMe and then another like hard drive or SSD or that you either implemented. We always install Windows on the NVMe just because if you install Windows on like your hard drive, it is gonna boot up slower. It is gonna make your PC slower, feel a little more sluggish. So we install on the more faster drive that you have on your PC. So that would be the NVMe most of the time. Um, I bought a PC from VLA Tech and TikTok Shop, but it's been saying shipping delayed. Um, just get in contact with customer service and just give them a call and let them know they have a question that it keeps saying shipping delay. Go ahead and let them know and see where your PC's at. They'll give you a better idea of what's the ETA on your computer. Like I said, there is RAM shortages. So depending on what computer you bought, it could be just due to the RAM or the GPU. But like I said, just give a call to customer service. They'll give you a better idea of like an ETA of when your computer will be arriving. Either a call or email. Probably fine to the customer service. Yeah, so it might be just a DDR5 that's really waiting on because the 5060 is fine. The Intel i5 1400 400F is fine. Pretty much most likely is a DDR5 just because there is a DDR5 shortage. You bought them of November. Yeah, just go ahead and give customer service a call. Tell me if you have a concern about the delay in shipping, and yeah, they'll give you they'll give you a good estimate ETA when you should be receiving your computer. And they'll just keep you more updated either through call or through email, whichever you would prefer. Would be easier for you. But I do know it's most likely for the delays, most likely because of the DDR5 RAM. All these AI companies, all these industrial companies buying, outbidding DDR5 before it even goes out in the shelves. They buy all the DDR5 RAM. I'll wait for you. I was just wondering. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good PC. What games are you planning to be playing on that PC? Or do you have a current PC? Is this like an upgrade for you? Warzone mainly? Okay, cool, cool. You play from console to PC? Nice. Are you going from a place PS4, PS5, Xbox One, PS5? Okay. Yeah, that'll be a good upgrade. So I'm guessing you're gonna be playing controller on the PC, or you're gonna learn how to play keyboard and mouse. Yeah, so now we installed Windows is finished installing, pretty quick install because of the NVMe, fast NVMe. So now what we do is Windows 11 starts up. We do not log in, we do not sign in, we do not make an account for you guys. What we actually do is we go into like what is called Windows has audit mode, where we can go ahead and install drivers and stuff like that without having to create an account. And then we can then go ahead and revert back. So when you guys receive the computer, it's called out of box. When you guys receive the computer, it'll be like it's a brand new computer, but it'll have all your drivers, and all the main things the computer needs to run. You have it all installed, and you just go ahead and install your games and stuff like that. Yeah, but we do it in auto mode. I've been learning keyboard and mouse, but I bought a DualSense Edge, so I've been playing controller. Oh, okay. It's the DualSense Edge that like the one with the paddles, the PS5 controller with the paddles. I've been wanting to get one of those because I also play Call of Duty. Wow. I also play Call of Duty on PC as well. Trigger lock. Oh, okay. I've been thinking of getting that controller too. It's just expensive. It's 100. uh, For me to go and spend $100 on a controller, when usually I would spend like what was it, like $40? I believe these PS5 controller. I still play on the PS4 controller. I do have like custom paddles in the back with the PS4 controller, but that's why I haven't switched to the DualSense PS5 controller. But they do say PS5 controller is feels a little bit better, and I have held the PS5 controller, and I could agree it is a little bit better. Yeah, I would say just stick to controller to be honest for that aim assist in Call of Duty. It's $200. Oh damn, yeah, yeah. I don't think I could for a controller. Is crazy. I think I was seeing like on Facebook Marketplace or something that someone was selling for like $100. Go ahead and connect the internet on here. Just where I'm gonna install the drivers and stuff. Cause I have a big hand. PS4 controller is a bit hard to use. Yeah, and to be honest, I think I have big hands too. I think that's why I like the PS4 controller though, cause I get a good grip on it. It's supposed to use just yeah. I'm pretty sure it's different like what like $25 each. Once you start getting stick drift, I didn't have the internet thing all the way in. Yeah, but like I said, with that PC that you bought from us, you should be playing Warzone at ease. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be playing competitive settings, or you're gonna be playing 4K settings. There you go, got the internet on. Again, just to be clarified, we go ahead. I have a program where it downloads the driver specifically for the specific motherboard. If you need any RGB software, we go ahead and install all the Windows updates for you. Have everything running, all Windows updated, ready for you. On the odd occasion, sometimes Windows comes up with a new update. When you receive the computer, just go ahead and update it. I always just like to tell the customer check for any updates on Windows or NVIDIA. I mentioned earlier, NVIDIA does like to do constant updates on their drivers, so just check on that when you do receive the computer. You should be fine on the regular driver that we install. It's the latest one, but if, in the case that NVIDIA does give you another driver update, just go ahead and install it. If you forget, it should be fine. You are in the latest or the second to last um, driver up or the previous driver update from the one they just released, but yeah, it should be fine. But thanks for letting me know about the shortage. Now my mom won't worry. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I understand. But your mom worries. Like I said, tell her to call up, to call customer service to give her a better idea of ETA. If she does want to know when the computer should be arriving. So yeah, try not to worry. Try and get all these computers out. Try to get as much GDR RAM, 5 RAM as possible. So basically, all we're doing now is we're installing all the motherboard drivers, and we're also installing all the Windows drivers. We finished installing NVIDIA drivers, so we're done with that. Um, the RGB software for this is going to be Gigabyte Control Center, since we did connect it directly to the motherboard itself. So it gives you easy access with the Gigabyte Control Center to install any updated drivers that you do need to install, such as VGA drivers, Wi-Fi drivers, audio drivers, and stuff like that. But all those should be a one-time thing, just install one time, unless they come out with an update. But those rarely come out with updates, so you should be fine. Um, but yeah, in this computer, you'll be changing RGB to the Gigabyte Control Center, and all that should be installed in the video app, Gigabyte Control Center. All that would be installed for you. And after we're done installing all these driver updates, we do run an intensive stress test. So we do um, two programs to do stress. So we do OCT. We run that, and then we also be running we run ADA, and then we also run Prime 95, and we also run Firmark. So we run all these programs to make sure the computer is up and running before we do ship it out to you. To make sure GPU is working fine, CPU is working fine, CPU is not overheating, RAM sticks are working fine, no drivers are messed up, and stuff like that. Just when you receive the computer, you're able to just plug and play, download Fortnite, Call of Duty, Arc Raiders, any type of Valorant, any type of game you want to download, and make sure everything's up and running. In the case, just in shipping, something happens, something moves, GPU comes out of the slot, RAM stick comes out of the slot, a certain cable comes loose, and you do have some issue with the computer, we have customer service. We can always just call customer service. They'll get you in contact with technical support, and they'll be more than happy to help you either through a call, and they also could schedule a video call with you to look over the PC through like a FaceTime, through Google Meets, and then you guys could go ahead and work out, see the tech could go ahead and see what could be the cause of the issue, and hopefully he's able to fix the computer remotely. And these computers do come with 2-year warranty, so if anything were to happen to the computer, all the parts and components are covered by 2-year warranty, as long as the customer doesn't void the warranty. Yeah, guys, please, if you guys have any issues with the computer, please don't take it to Geek Squad. Just give us a call. We'll try to help you through remotely. If we aren't able to help you remotely, we'll go ahead and get the computer shipped back to us. Fix it here, diagnose it here, figure out what's wrong. Like I said, you do have 2-year warranty, so we'll cover anything any component that would need to be replaced. So, for anybody new coming into the stream, this PC, it is a custom build by a customer. He went to our custom build section on our website. He went ahead and picked an AMD Ryzen 9800X3D, paired it with the CPU cooler, the Noctua NHD15S, and is put into a motherboard, the Gigabyte X870 Wi-Fi 7, with 64 gigabytes of DDR5, 6000 Corsair Vengeance RAM. Has a 2 terabyte Samsung 99 Pro M.2 with the heatsink. One of the first times I seen M.2 come with the heatsink. And then for power supply, he does have a 1000 watt plus titanium Be Quiet ATX 3.1 power supply. For the case, this is the O11 Mini D. Yeah, O11 Mini D Mini V2. So it's the version 2, as you can see at the bottom, it's a little bit more slanted. in the version 1. And then they changed the back here a little bit too. Just all the stuff that the version 1 should have had, they went ahead and put in the V2. Nice case. We do offer it in black and white. So if you guys do want that case in the custom build section, go ahead and choose the 011 um 011D Mini V2. And it's also main thing, the 5070 Ti. And then the fans as well. We got 9 Be Quiet Lightwing LX 120 fans. So like I was telling you earlier in the stream, um rarely we get RGB fans, Be Quiet RGB fans. Right, normally we usually get customers that just want the regular Be Quiet fans, the regular stock black fans. But this customer wanted the RGB fans. Really nice. A lot, they throw out good airflow, just because the blades are a little bit thicker. The RGB looks nice too. What's up, Cruz? Welcome to the stream. Can I ask you a question about 5060 Ti best settings? Yeah, go ahead. Hopefully, I'm able to answer it and help you out. What's your question? I don't know how long the delay is on here. Your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be over there by the desk, I think. What's your question about the 5060 Ti? Best settings. Like best settings in the video control panel, best settings in Fortnite, best settings in Valorant, Call of Duty. It's got a 5060 Ti, 16 GB, and I'm having tearing problems on my second screen. So I wonder what setting could fix that in the control panel. Tearing problems, like artifacting, or what do you mean tearing? And is it only on that screen? On your main monitor, like those old TV filters. Oh, okay, yes, like artifacting. Yep. So this is a customer's build. Humanity, this is a custom build. It's not one of our pre-builds, it's not one of our pre-configured builds. This customer actually went to the our custom section on our website and picked out every single part. Um, but yeah. But yeah, Cruz, are you is it also happening to your main monitor, or is it only your second monitor that you're seeing the like screen tearing? What I would do is if it's just that monitor, um, having screen tear, I would check the first. I would change the HDMI cable or DisplayPort cable to another port. See if you still get screen tearing there. If you do still get screen tearing, go ahead and switch your second monitor and plug it in where your first monitor is in on your GPU and see if you get screen tearing there. If You still are. I would say most likely it's probably just the cable you're using. On my main, I get this weird thing when I leave it in then I go to sleep, which is fine. But when I did you just get that 5060 Ti? Is it your own build or is it one of our builds? And did you just get that 5060? Yep, today. Um, and you just I would say try reset. Okay, first it could be a bad GPU. I would say it could be a bad GPU. I would say go return it. But if you want to go ahead and try reseeing it. You most likely didn't put it in all the way, so it's not getting like a good connection. That's why it's fixing itself. Um, so go ahead. I would say go ahead and take it out, remove from the slot, and reseat it in. It could be just a bad GPU. Because what you call that? If you take it to the store wherever you bought it, or return it, just let me. It's artifacting. That's what happens to GPUs. Just some is artifacting. If it's still happening after you try reseating it, just some wherever you bought it, just some is artifacting. Is it a new GPU or is it a used GPU? There isn't a setting like if it's artifacting like that. There isn't a setting that will fix it. It's either a bad connection with the HDMI or DisplayPort cable, or bad, or it's not all the way into the PCIe slot on the motherboard, or it's just a bad GPU. Brand new. Okay, yeah. I would just say, like I said, try that. Try reseating it into the slot, and then if that doesn't work, you're still getting the screen tearing. Just go ahead and return it and tell them it's artifacting. They should be able to give you a refund depending on where you bought it. That's unfortunate though, getting a brand new 5060 Ti. Yeah, because it shouldn't be doing that. It shouldn't be doing the screen tearing. If you search up artifacting, you'll see the exact same thing where you're seeing. Where did you buy it from? Did you buy like from Micro Center, Best Buy, I was about to say Target. Target doesn't even sell GPUs. Amazon. Oh, private store. Yeah, just take it to them. Tell them it's artifacting. Tell them just test it. And there's artifacting. But like I said, try out first reseating it. Reseat it. Make sure it clicks in all the way into the PCIe slot, and then see if you get the same issue. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I'm pretty much done installing all the software, all the drivers and stuff like that are all installed. Now all we have to do is just stress it with OCT, Prime 95, ADA, and Firmark, and the computer should all be ready to go. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy these streams. We're gonna be trying to do them more consistently. Try to do it almost every day, depending if it's like we do variety of streams. Um, we could do like a build stream. We'll do like a benchmark stream with a certain computer, so you guys see how much FPS we get. But yeah, hopefully you guys subscribe, turn on notifications, and follow us so you guys know when we do go live. We are gonna try to be going live in the mornings, afternoons, every day. So just keep on the lookout for that. But hopefully you guys like these streams, and we hope to see you guys next time. Go ahead and end stream.